So you start off on stage with Diana Ross. You end up with Lisa Left Eye Lopez living at your house in your closet. You find Escape and Silk Times Leather, and then you make it all the way to Janet damn Jackson. You Now, there's a few more things I'm gonna get into. I know it's, man, you got so much shit that we can talk about, bro. You are, let me see. You the only motherfucker that I know within our culture that has dated Janet Jackson. So okay, wait a minute, because you had Left Eye TLC staying at your house, nothing there. You had, you had a run-in with one of the ladies from Silk Time Leather, and you didn't, you learned from that. But throughout your career, you hadn't necessarily been the man who is always seen with the girl.
Yeah.
You hadn't, okay. So, JD ends up with Janet fucking Jackson.
That's how you gotta say it?
No, I'm saying, no, look, not because it's you, JD, but it's Janet Jackson. You dig what I'm saying? I would have said the same thing about me. Yeah. So Tip ends up with Janet fucking, that's how they used to say when I was nobody, and Tamika used to come to the bounce to my shows. They're like, man, that nigga Tip brought Tiny from Escape. Tip, but it's Tiny from Escape at the bounce.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing I felt when you had Janet Jackson in Magic City. I'm like, how in the fuck this nigga get Janet Jackson in Magic City? What in your life changed in between, okay, because you worked with a lot of beautiful women before, but what made you say for Janet, this is the exception?
I didn't.
You didn't? Okay, well, how did you guys meet?
We met at a Crisscross concert, and we met at her concert at the Omni. Crisscross came. We came. This is how we first met, and
that shit go that far back to the Omni?
Yeah, as far as just meeting and friends. So
Okay,
we met. Crisscross went to a show, and this when Jermaine Dupri was just a producer. I wasn't nobody there. I ain't had no record out yet or nothing. Nobody knew me besides what I did for Chris and Escape and whatever. So we go to her show, and I'm part of their entourage. They not part of. I'm part of the Crisscross entourage.
Right.
So Crisscross going in to meet Janet Jackson, and the bodyguard
stop you.
Hit me the bodyguard hit me with the hand. And so I'm not being able to go in. So they like, shit, that's our man. We don't move. You know what I'm saying? So they telling her, and when they tell her, she had to vouch for me. Let him in. Let him in. He cool. When I came in, it was almost like the Diana Ross concert. She started talking to me like, oh, so you must be the special one. You know what I mean? You must be,
damn.
They ain't want to leave you outside. Why they want to leave you outside? Like, just, whatever, shooting the shit. But that it seemed like an energy. Right? And at that point, I was just like, I'm gonna see you again. You know what? We gonna talk about this again.
Damn.
I'm gonna let you. It's Chris.
You mean
and Chris.
tell me you didn't invite her back to the house at the let us see the closet with the booth?
No. Yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna see you again. This Chris and Chris time. I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all doing. I just was standing back, making sure they cool.
Yeah.
That's my role.
Right.
And from there, it became a situation where something that I was doing always kind of bled into her life, right? So I had a stylist that was basically my stylist all the time, and she was Janet's stylist.
Okay.
So I used to be joking around, like, I'm joking, Janet Jackson, tell Janet, I say, I'm saying, like, just whatever.
You were serious.
Yeah.
You meant
and
that
one
shit.
day, she did the shit. JD over here talking like, she was a white girl named Julie. Shout out to Julie. And she telling her she cool. She talking to her. And then Jan was saying shit back. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Now listen. I'm not that dude.
We're not finna play with me now.
Yeah, you start talking back to me. you know,
right.
it's gonna be a different type of game. So we just start, you know, doing that, shooting the shit, blah blah blah, and then one other time somebody was like, "Yo, JD, we going to the club," and I'm like, "Who was we?" It was like me, Janet, da 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 da. You should come. I went to the club. I think me and Brat was together, and we basically just started getting like being more comfortable and cool with me being around, and she realized that from that one time that she met me with Chris and Chris, that I was a little bit more important than just the person that was supposed to be outside the door, because I knew multiple other people, her friends, and she seen me doing other projects.
You had become exponentially more richer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, y'all hear that? That's it.
I mean?
I'm gonna use that too on y'all.
And more successful too.
Yeah, yeah. So it was just a thing, and like so we became friends, and I guess you want to call it, I took my shot, right?
Shot your shot.
And my shot was, she didn't have a two-way.
Oh, two-way pages.
She didn't have a two-way.
Okay.
And they was sending me two ways like I was the owner.
You just got it.
JD, here you go. Here go a new silver one.
Damn.
We got you. You want to do one? So I found out she ain't had one, and they was sending them to me. So I was like, shit, you know what? I want y'all to send one to Janet from me. So I got the address from my stylist, and I sent her the two-way. And I'm thinking, like I said,
you the only one had that number too. You the only one don't get it. I got to be the only one with this number.
I'm thinking like, yeah, so I'm gonna get the number. You gonna hit me back because I know what it is, right? That's how I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she gotta hit me back at this point because I'm sending her two-way.
I mean, come on. Why could you? She got to at least say thank you.
She at least say thank you.
Yeah.
So she hit me back. And she hit me back. It was like at that point, like, let's hang out, let's kick it. And we just started really just hanging out. Right. You know what I mean? Then I threw a party for her in Miami for her birthday.
Dope.
Where I actually threw the party. We was kicking it, but we weren't really a couple yet.
Right.
And I feel like I made it comfortable for her to be a part of the whole world.
Right.
As opposed to people shunning her because she was
living in the bubble of the Jacksons.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like that's what it was. So, you know, I took her to Magic City.
Yeah.
You know,
I was there.
See, I told you he was there. What I told you, he was right there. I told you, he was right there. But I exposed her to a lot of life that I didn't even know I could expose a person to. Because you think when somebody's that famous, that rich, they know everything.
Yeah.
They've seen everything. But it was a lot of world that we was living in here and stuff that we was going on.
Culture.
Culture-wise that they hadn't gotten in LA. So that's where we basically started hitting it off. We was showing each other multiple things. You know what I mean? I go to Miami and she'd be staying in a different spot that I ain't never stayed in. I'm like, damn, I ain't even know nothing about this spot. Okay, right. I'm gonna come back, check. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it just started going from there, and it was just like two cool people, just like, you know, exchanging energy.
So how did you not get married, JD? And I mean throughout your entire career.
Yeah.
And especially to Janet Jackson.
Yeah. Man, I'm sure it's just because I start seeing so many other things that I wanted to do. And so many other places that I felt like I wanted to go. I felt like I started realizing that I started thinking like marriage for me wasn't gonna work. Just something about it. I mean, I can't. You know, it's just like when you feel like you ready to get married, you don't really have no answers. You just know when it is.
Yeah.
I was in the space. I'm not even gonna say. I'm not gonna front and say I wasn't. I felt married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I felt married, but
I knew you do. I mean, like I could see the difference in you while you was with her.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've had other girlfriends throughout the time we've known each other, but you was different.
Yeah.
You were different when you like that was a real relationship.
100%.
That seemed like your first real relationship.
But I think the only thing that was separate from it that created a difference for me was the fact that we didn't live together. We had an 8-year, 9-year relationship, but we didn't live with each other, right? And I still felt like that part of it was something we hadn't experienced,
right?
And I feel like that's a part that people have to really get used. That's where you really determine if you strong, right? She wasn't willing to move to Atlanta. She was willing to come out here for a couple of weeks,
right?
But living in Atlanta for her just didn't really seem like L.A. You know what I mean? And me, I wasn't ready to move to Malibu because Malibu ain't Old National. I like it. Right. I fuck with it. But it ain't, you know what I mean? It's just something about being here. So we had that difference. We had that difference. And, you know, it's crazy because as time went on, I started doing the TV shows, and I found myself being in L.A. more than I ever was in L.A. But at the time, none of that stuff was there. So it was like, it felt like that stuff didn't feel like it was like the space that either one of us wanted to be.
Man, and I mean, so you start off on stage with Diana Ross. You end up with Lisa Left Eye Lopez living at your house in your closet. You find the skate and Silk Times leather and then you make it all the way to Janet damn Jackson. Man, you have a very whimsical story, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you've experienced a lot of just personal height in life. You know what I'm saying? You've made it to some high places. And I think, man, it's all because of what you expect from yourself. You dig what I'm saying? I think that's what shape and mold everybody's outcome in life, what they expect of themselves. Watch your favorite episodes of Expeditiously right now on the Expeditiously YouTube page.